blaring sound. What is in the crystal ball? Will the fairground rise or fall? Ride high, ride fast, touch the sky rushing past. Remember as you whirl around, fortunes can be lost and found. Fair's fair on the fairground, fair's fair on the fairground.
The story so far.
Mr. Turnbull was still trying to persuade Mrs. Watson to sell the field.
Why don't you phone me later? You've got my number, haven't you?
Have I?
It's on my card.
Oh, yes. I'll just make sure it's still there.
Where have you seen that emblem before? Would you trust Mr. Turnbull now?
Ozzy doesn't trust Mr. Turnbull either.
Why? Where did Ozzy find it? What did Bert say about it all? Let's see what happened next.
Mr. Grant and Mrs. Leach were asking people to sign their petition.
Mr. Grant, I'm going to count up to 10, then punch you on the nose. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, please, Mr. Thurston, this can only make matters worse. Please.
4, 5, 6.
Please, Bert.
7, 8, 9.
Bert, look.
Have you heard the saying, there's no smoke without fire? Well, I sometimes think with this old stove that it's all smoke and no fire. And I'll tell you something else as well. I'm sure there's a mouse nest round here somewhere.
You'll never find me. I move too fast. Here, I've got another mouse poem for you. A poem. I've been counting and I've found I've 2 back legs upon the ground. I am proud that I'm a mouse, so I shout loudly round my house. Good innit? But then it would be, me being a mouse. I'm a prize mouse, I am. Oh, ta-ra.
Hey, look, Martin's made this sideshow. It's a bit like hoopla. I'll show you how to play. You try to throw the ring round an OU word. I've done it. If I say the word, I get a prize. Round. Woohoo! Smashing! Look, a sugar mouse. Ooh, lovely. Now I'll have another go. Oh. Aha! Come on, word watchers. Help me get another prize. That word is... house. Oh! And another sugar mouse. Keep that one for later, too. Now my third go. Well, word watchers, what's this? A bout, of course. Where's my sugary mouse? Hey, ooh, there's no prize. That's not fair.
Help! I said I was a prize mouse, didn't I?
Ha! Got one at last.
Ouch! Look out! If you eat me, I'll shout in your stomach.
Ooh, sorry, Mouse.
I'm a proud mouse, and this is too ridiculous. Ta-da!
Poor mouse. I bet he's not as nice as sugar mice. Let's look at some different animals now. The kind you'll see on a fairground. Like this horse that I've drawn. There are always lots of horses at fairs. Let's look at some of them carefully and see how colourful they are. And here are the gallopers. I love those gallopers.
They're very nice, but they didn't go very fast in those days. I'd rather have a whirl on the swirl any day. What did you say?
Oh, nothing.
I'm sure I heard you say something.
No, I promise you.
Look, Martin, what is going on?
Well, Wordy, I was getting a bit steamed up inside. Well, I mean, for you not to like those lovely fairground animals makes me very cross.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking some pretty strong thoughts.
Such as? Big Ed? Well, I'm blowed. How rude. And does this funny-looking thing always go with rude sentences?
No, it can go with surprise sentences or please sentences or very important sentences.
Ah.
It's called an exclamation mark, and it goes at the end of a sentence instead of the full stop. Well, an exclamation mark is a sort of excited full stop.
Ha! I'm glad we know about exclamation marks, because there are lots in the story, aren't there?
Yes.
There's even one in its name.
That's right.
To show it's an exciting story, I suppose.
And just to help you remember...
Think big, big, big at the beginning. Put a capital first and you're winning. Think big, think big, think big. Want everyone to notice? There's no need to bark. Get everyone's attention with an exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark.
There's no need to bark.
Get everyone's attention with an exclamation mark.
Now I want to show you some more fairground animals. They're paintings this time, and some of them are on the Ben-Hur ride. This is Ben-Hur, the charioteer, with his horses. And on the Ben-Hur ride are more horses. We've got some fiercer animals too. And some really frightening things. Are they animals or people? Quite scary, some of those. Now look, I've got a treat here. What are these fruits called? Yes, peaches. Now look, read the EA word I've made with the peaches. Each. And now? Peach. In fact, my peach looks good enough to eat. In fact, I'd like a peach for my tea.
In our story, we've got 2 people with EA in their names. Here's one. Mr. Turnbull calls her Mrs. Watson, but Bert calls her Jean. Yes. Ooh, and who's this word, watchers? Mrs. Leach.
Leach. Ah, yes. I can see a song about Mrs. Leach coming up. Listen and watch carefully, because you'll be singing it too.
Hello, Mrs. Leach. Shall I tell you your fortune? Hush, Mrs. Leach, while I study the tea leaves. Tea leaves make patterns which tell me your future. What do they mean, and will you be pleased? Ah, now I see it, a new tea leaf pattern. You will have peace for the whole of the season. There in your seat, you can rest and be happy. That's it, Mrs. Leach, I hope that you're pleased.
Let's have that song again, straight away. And this time, you sing out the missing EA words as often as you can.
Hello, Mrs. Leach, shall I tell you your fortune? Hush, Mrs. while I study the tea leaves make patterns which tell me your future. What do they, and will you be? Ah, now I see it, a new pattern. You will have peace for the whole of the season. There in your, you can rest and be happy. That's it, Mrs. I hope that you're...
I hope you're pleased with that song.
And I hope you're ready to read. It's time we got on. Are you ready to read aloud?
Everybody ran back to the fair. Steve and Sydney were busy with a smoking generator.
What happened? Smoke just started pouring out, Gov. It what?
Don't know why, Gov. Good job we were here, know what I mean?
A very good job. What if it had happened when the fair was open? What if something else goes wrong?
Things can't just go wrong. Everything is checked twice a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At least twice a week. Every time we build up and pull down. A travelling fair's the safest place in the world.
Rubbish. I've seen enough. This fair is dangerous, and I'm going to get it stopped. For good.
What's the use?
Time for a cup of tea, I think, Bert.
You're quite right, mate. Come on. It's a piece of cake. Well, I reckon that should do it. We can leave the rest to Mr. Grant.
Ozzy made Bert a cup of tea.
Ah, thanks, Ozzy. You're a good mate. Not bad at all. We'll make a showman of you yet. Hey, what am I doing? I must get in touch with the police about Rachel.
You've got to tell them about Steve and Sydney, Bert. It's got to be you who tells them. They won't take any notice otherwise.
Look, Ozzy, what's all this nonsense about Steve and Sydney? They're two of the best hands I've ever had.
Please, Bert. Captain Cutlass knows what happened. I'm sure of it. He was here. What happened to Rachel, Captain? Captain! What happened to Rachel, Captain? Captain!
It's a piece of cake!
Captain!
It's a piece of cake!
It's a piece of cake! But that's what Steve says. Captain Cutlass must have seen what happened. He was with Rachel, wasn't he? Now will you believe me?
Ozzy, that's just a parrot. It talks nonsense. Come on.
Steve took Rachel, and Turnbull must have driven her away. I told you I found a card in his car. This is her card.
Oh, go away, Ozzy, and leave me in peace.
It's a piece of cake!
Ozzy left Bert and ran home. Mum was just going to phone Mr. Turnbull.
Mum, where's that card? The one Mr. Turnbull gave you. I need its address.
Before. Ozzy,
Is that it?
Yes, but
Please, Mum. That ball. Look, it's the same. Mum, whatever you do, don't phone Mr. Turnbull. I think he's got Rachel.
Ozzy.
I think she could be there, at that address. Take these things to Bert.
Ozzy ran all the way to the address on Turnbull's card.
Mount Square.
It was an office block. Turnbull's car was outside.
Ride fast, ride round, glaring light, glaring sound. What is in the crystal ball? Will the fairground rise or fall? Ride high, ride fast, touch the sky rushing past. Remember as you whirl around, fortunes can be lost and found.